Hey ink drinkers, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about summer spooks. Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. For those of you who are new, I'm Em, and I love a good spooky read or watch. So when E.D. Lewis, a good friend of mine, announced his Summer Spooks readathon/watchathon, I was all in. This event runs from June 21st to July 4th, or you can extend it to July 5th. Which is probably what I'm going to do. I know a few others who would like to extend it as well. Let's make the spookiness last as long as possible, right? Not that it ever stops. So E.D. Lewis runs the channel Nocturnal Reviews. If you are not subscribed to his channel, I highly recommend checking him out. Hit the subscribe button, watch his videos, comment below his videos, like them, all that great stuff. He's an amazing human being, and I'm so honored to call him my friend. First, let's dive into the prompts. There are 4 prompts for Summer Spooks, which can be used in countless ways. Edie is very, very laid back when it comes to this. You can do one of the prompts, you can do all of the prompts. You can combine prompts to fit a book you're reading, or you can just do your own thing and ignore the prompts altogether. But I think it's more fun to try to fit things into the prompts. The first prompt is Summer Lovin', a read that feels like the season, or a beach read. The second prompt is Nights in White Satin, a read that makes you think of humid, sweaty nights. The third prompt is Blockbusters, a read that inspired a film or TV show, or should be one. And the fourth is Feel the Vibe, watch a film or TV show that fits well with one of your reads. I'm going to do my best to kind of combine things and fit them into the prompts, but I do have some things that I really want to watch or read during this event. So let's dive into the books. First of all, I have been loving the Sookie Stackhouse series, and I'm down to my last book on my shelves, so I do need to hunt down the rest, but I would like to read Dead and Gone. Now, this isn't always set in the summertime, but it is in Louisiana, and you get those humid, sweaty vibes, you know? So I am really excited to dive into this one. It is book 9, I believe. Yes, book 9 in the Sookie Stackhouse series. Really, really excited to read this. I am loving it. I've also been watching True Blood, which is the TV show adaptation of the Sookie Stackhouse series. So there you go. I don't know how much True Blood I'll get into over the next couple of weeks, but I may dive back in just for this event. And the other book that I'd like to read is The Burial Plot. And it's got the tropical vibes. And when I think of tropical things, I think of summer, water, swimming, beautiful plants. Here's the back. I've shown this countless times on my channel, but for those of you who are new, here you go. Take a good look. So because I've read the synopsis several times, I'm just going to read this little last part of it. The Burial Plot is a spellbinding gothic thriller about murder, manipulation, and a young woman trying to wrestle power from the hands of a dangerous man. So you're going to get some excitement here. I don't know how summery it's going to be, but it's totally giving summer vibes on the cover, so I'm going to go with it. I absolutely love this. This is my favorite cover, I think. Maybe not of all time, maybe. I love it so much, and I'll probably never stop talking about it. On to the movies. I have chosen 6 movies. I don't know if I'll get to them all, and I will probably watch them in the order I share them here, just because I'm really excited about some of them. I want to make sure I get to a couple of these before the end of the event. Within these movies, let's talk about the vibes of the movies I'll be watching. There's some amphibian and reptile vibes going on. There is a very, very popular movie that is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, set in the South. I'll give you that. And there are 3 that are in the same franchise that are set at a summer camp. And no, We're not talking about the one that Jason Voorhees haunts. Okay, here we go. I'm going to reveal the movies. And if you saw them on Instagram, I guess this is no surprise to you, right? The first movie that I'd like to get to is Frogman. And I think Robbie Miles was the one that introduced this movie to me in the first place, through his channel, of course. Definitely check out his channel. I will link it below. Subscribe. He covers so many awesome horror movies. He knows where to find DVDs and VHS of these horror movies. So if you want any information on nostalgic watches and where to find them, he's your guy. He also wrote two of my family's favorite middle grade horror books, Don't Call It All and The Time Watchers. So I definitely want to check out some of the movies he talks about on his channel because he has such a fun vibe and he knows his stuff about horror movies. The second movie that I must watch is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. The original, the one set in the 70s. I just love the 70s. I love movies from the 70s. You've heard me say this before. And this is just one of my all-time favorite horror movies. It really gets to you, or at least to me. I know it's a favorite of many, so I would really like to watch that because that gives me some major summer vibes. The third movie that I'd like to watch, I'm not even entirely sure how I came across this movie because I was not familiar with it before, I don't know, I want to say like maybe a month ago. I saw something about it, and where I saw that is beyond me. I'm on Instagram and YouTube a lot, so if you had talked about this, thank you, because I definitely want to check it out. It is called Crawl, and we've got ourselves some alligator crocodile horror. Now I can't remember, but I really want to watch this because it just seems like a great summer watch. And the last set of movies is in the Sleepaway Camp franchise. So yes, I've seen the first Sleepaway Camp, but I haven't seen any of those that came after. I only plan on watching the first three. I know there's others that came out at later dates, like more recent dates, and not really interested in those at this time, but I definitely want to get those 80s vibes into because 80s horror, 80s movies, I love movies that were made in the 80s. So I'm super excited to get into those as well. So that is it. I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any book or movie recommendations that give you major summer vibes and that have a spooky bend to them? I don't know how spooky the burial plot's gonna be, but like, I mean, even the title seems a little bit spooky because, hello, death. So even if it's not horror and it seems like spooky or just a little bit dark and mysterious, definitely drop your recommendations below. I always love to receive recommendations and check them out when I can. Please let me know if you are participating in Summer Spooks. If you are, I want to know what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're going to get into. Maybe I'll make myself a fancy like tropical drink. We shall see. I am so excited for this event. It started yesterday. I'm kind of late dipping my toes in because I am still reading Strange Weather by Joe Hill, which is another one that you could possibly read in the summer and really enjoy. I mean, I've been enjoying it. I am currently working on a reading vlog for that particular book, so if you're interested in checking it out, it should be out fairly soon. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you guys have an amazing summer. Get into all those spooky, sweaty, vibey books and movies. Okay, I've been rambling on too much. Cheers. I'll see you next time.